Ordered pizza. Got a naked alien girl begging for my extra sauce. Face screaming in fear, slice of pizza, alien head. Unexpected delivery. Alex stared at his laptop screen, the glow illuminating his small apartment. It was past midnight, and hunger gnawed at him after a long day coding. He had ordered his usual stir-fry from the local delivery app, expecting nothing more than a quick meal to fuel his solitude. The doorbell rang, startling him from his thoughts. He opened the door, but instead of a bag of food, there stood a figure that made his heart skip a beat. She was stunning, with shimmering skin that seemed to shift colors under the hallway light, long flowing hair like silver threads, and eyes that sparkled with an otherworldly depth. She wore nothing but a faint glow around her form, her curves accentuated in a way that left little to the imagination. "Please," she whispered, her voice melodic yet urgent, "I need your help. I've crash-landed here, and I require sustenance from a compatible host." Alex blinked, his mind racing. Was this a prank? But her presence felt too real, too intoxicating. He stepped aside, gesturing her in. Come inside before someone sees you," she entered gracefully, her movements fluid and enticing. As she brushed past him, a warm tingle spread through his body, awakening desires he hadn't felt in years. They sat on the couch, and she introduced herself as Lyra, from a planet called Zenthra. Her ship had malfunctioned during a scouting mission, stranding her on Earth. "My kind draws energy from emotional and physical connections," she explained, her gaze locking onto his. Alex felt a pull, his pulse quickening as her hand lightly touched his arm, sending sparks of electricity through him. Conversation flowed easily, her curiosity about human life mirroring his fascination with her. She laughed at his jokes, her touch lingering longer each time. Soon, the air thickened with tension. Lyra leaned closer, her lips inches from his. "Your essence calls to me," she murmured, her breath hot against his skin. Alex's resolve crumbled. He pulled her into a kiss, deep and hungry. Their bodies pressed together, hands exploring with growing urgency. She moaned softly as he trailed kisses down her neck, her skin tasting like sweet nectar. The night unfolded in waves of passion, their connection igniting a fire that consumed them both. As dawn approached, Lyra nestled against him, her body warm and satisfied. "This is just the beginning," she whispered, hinting at more to come. Alex, breathless, knew his life had changed forever. Cosmic connection. With the first light of morning filtering through the curtains, Alex and Lyra stirred from their entangled slumber. The remnants of their night lingered in the air, a mix of sweat and something ethereal from her alien aura. Alex prepared coffee, his mind buzzing with questions. "So, Zenthra, what's it like?" he asked, handing her a mug. She sipped tentatively, her eyes widening at the bitter taste, then smiled. "It's a world of endless stars and floating cities," Lyra replied, her voice like a gentle breeze. "But it's lonely, our connections are fleeting." Alex nodded, sharing his own isolation in the bustling city. As they talked, he called his friend Mike for advice, but hung up quickly when Lyra's hand grazed his thigh under the table, reigniting the spark. Mike's brief interruption faded as Lyra pulled Alex back to the couch. "Show me more of your world," she said, but her intentions were clear. She straddled him, her naked form pressing against his clothed one. Their kisses grew fervent, tongues dancing in a rhythm that felt predestined. Alex's hands roamed her back, feeling the subtle ridges of her alien physiology that only heightened his arousal. She guided his fingers lower, whispering encouragements that made him shiver. "Touch me here," she urged, her body arching in response. The intimacy deepened as they shed barriers, exploring each other with a mix of curiosity and lust. Lyra's moans filled the room, her energy feeding off his, creating a loop of pleasure that left them both gasping. Hours passed in this haze, interrupted only by a holographic flicker. Zara, Lyra's RA companion from her ship. "Lyra, your vitals are stabilizing," Zara projected, her form a shimmering outline. Lyra blushed, introducing Zara to Alex. The RA observed curiously, offering insights into Lyra's needs. "Human emotions amplify our essence," Zara explained. As evening fell, Alex and Lyra ventured out disguised, sharing a romantic walk. Under the stars, they kissed passionately against a tree, hands wandering freely. The connection grew, blending romance with raw desire, promising adventures ahead. Forbidden desires. The days blurred into a whirlwind of discovery for Alex and Lyra. With Zara's help, they repaired minor aspects of Lyra's ship hidden in a nearby forest, but the work was often paused by their insatiable hunger for each other. "Your touch sustains me," Lyra confessed one afternoon, pulling Alex into the bedroom. The air was thick with anticipation as she undressed him slowly, her fingers tracing every inch of his skin. Their encounters evolved, each more intense than the last. Lyra revealed her planet's rituals of bonding, teaching Alex positions that maximized their shared energy. On the bed, she positioned herself above him, guiding him inside with a gasp of ecstasy. Their bodies moved in sync, hips grinding in a dance of passion. Alex's hands cupped her breasts, thumbs teasing her sensitive peaks, eliciting cries of pleasure from her. "Deeper," she begged, her nails digging into his shoulders. The room echoed with their rhythmic sounds, sweat glistening on their forms. Climax built like a storm, crashing over them in waves that left Lyra glowing faintly, her alien essence revitalized. But forbidden aspects loomed. Lyra explained her need for essence exchange, a lustful ritual to fully bond. In the dim light, they experimented, her mouth exploring him with expert fervor, tongue swirling in ways that drove him wild. He reciprocated, tasting her unique sweetness, her thighs quivering around him. Zara watched discreetly, offering tips. "Align your energies," she suggested, enhancing their romance. Yet, doubts crept in. Lyra worried about compatibility. "What if I hurt you?" she whispered during a tender moment, cuddling post-climax. Alex reassured her with a kiss, leading to another round. On the kitchen counter, he lifted her, entering swiftly as she wrapped her legs around him. Their moans mingled, bodies slick and urgent. The forbidden thrill only fueled their lust, but shadows hinted at incoming dangers from her world. Trials of trust. Tension mounted as Lyra's pursuers drew near. One night, a strange hum filled the air, and Zara alerted them. "Vex approaches." A hunter from Zenthra. Vex, a stern alien with a mission to retrieve Lyra, had tracked her signal. Alex, protective, hid her in his apartment, their romance tested by fear. In the midst of hiding, passion surged as a coping mechanism. "Make me forget," Lyra pleaded, pulling Alex into a fervent embrace. On the floor, they connected urgently, her body yielding to his thrusts. Hands intertwined, they moved with desperate intensity, her whispers of love mixing with gasps of pleasure. Alex's lips trailed down her body, teasing her core until she arched in release. Vex's arrival shattered the moment. Bursting in, he demanded Lyra's return. "You're violating protocols," he snarled. A chase ensued, Alex fighting Vex with improvised weapons while Lyra used her energy blasts. Zara projected distractions, aiding their escape to the forest. There, under the canopy, they reaffirmed their bond. "I choose you," Lyra said, initiating a romantic ritual. Naked in the moonlight, she straddled him on soft grass, riding slowly at first, then with building fervor. Their eyes locked, souls merging in the act. Alex's hands gripped her hips, guiding the pace as ecstasy peaked. Post-climax, vulnerabilities surfaced. Alex confessed past heartbreaks, Lyra her fears of abandonment. Cuddling, they planned to confront Vex. With Zara's strategy, they ambushed him, Alex's ingenuity turning the tide. Vex, defeated but alive, retreated temporarily. Back home, exhaustion led to tender lovemaking. In bed, Alex entered her gently, their movements slow and intimate, whispers of forever exchanged. The trials strengthened their trust, lust evolving into profound romance, but the final confrontation loomed. Eternal bond. With Vex retreat, Alex and Lyra prepared for the ultimate choice. Zara revealed a way to merge their essences permanently, allowing Lyra to stay on Earth. But it required a deep ritual, risking everything. "It binds our lives," Lyra explained, her eyes filled with love and desire. They chose a secluded cabin, courtesy of Alex's sister Elena, who sensed his happiness without details. Alone, the ritual began with romance. Candlelight flickered as Lyra undressed Alex, her touches igniting fire. On the rug, she knelt, taking him in her mouth with loving expertise, building tension until he pulled her up. "Now," she whispered, lying back. Alex positioned above her, entering slowly, their bodies uniting in perfect harmony. The ritual amplified sensations, energy flowing between them like currents. Hips rocked in sync, moans escalating as they climbed toward transcendence. Lyra's nails raked his back, urging deeper, their climaxes synchronizing in a burst of light. Post-ritual, Vex returned with reinforcements, but the bond empowered them. Alex, infused with alien strength, fought alongside Lyra and Zara. Elena arrived unexpectedly, aiding with human wits. Together, they repelled the invaders, Vex conceding defeat and departing. In victory, Alex and Lyra sealed their eternal bond. On the cabin bed, they made love languidly, exploring every curve and contour. Kisses turned heated, positions shifting from missionary to her on top, riding with abandon. Their final release was cosmic, bodies trembling in shared bliss. As they lay entwined, Lyra murmured, "We're one now." Their story, born from chance, blossomed into unbreakable love. Lessons from the tale. Love knows no boundaries, transcending worlds and forms in its passionate embrace. True connection thrives on trust, turning lust into a foundation for eternal romance. Embrace the unknown, for it may deliver the deepest desires of the heart. In vulnerability lies strength, where intimate bonds forge unbreakable unions. The end.